Hello and welcome to Ion South Florida. I'm Suzanne Boyd. You know, we've all heard of talk radio, Rush Limbaugh, Randy Rhoads, but have you heard of teen talk radio? And joining us today is Chelsea Krost and her mother Cindy. And Chelsea is actually, you're 17, right?
18.
18, an 18-year-old Spanish River High School senior. And she actually started her own radio show, and it basically talks about teen issues. Yes, so we're talking with them this morning, today. Tell us a little bit about Teen Talk Live. How did this get started?
Well, Teen Talk Live was really a collaboration of my mother and I brainstorming that teenagers really needed an open forum. I felt that every time I turned on Oprah, Barbara Walters, any show relating to a celebrity and having people on it, they would always talk about teenage topics and issues, and teens today, they're just so bad. And I'd be so frustrated because where were the teenagers talking about the issues? And I said, you know what? This needs to change. And so we took out a yellow pad and we started writing topic after topic after topic of what needed to be discussed, and it really started from there.
How old was Chelsea, Cindy, when she came to you and said, well, let's come up with this?
Well, I think it was about 10 or 11, where she would always like take a spoon and perform in the house. And then what hurricane was it that we had?
It was Francis.
Hurricane Francis, and she decided to report on that and went outside, and my husband had a video camera, and that was the big wooden spoon, and she's spoken to that, and I turned around to my husband and I said, I think this might be a calling.
Right.
And truly, Chelsea was the kind of kid who would always talk to her friends and go, let's not fight, let's have conflict resolution.
And her kids and her friends would be like, oh, hush.
So we would talk about it. I said, well, maybe we can really do something fantastic with this and give kids a forum, like Chelsea said, where they can go and discuss their problems, know they're not alone, get someone with every topic who's a professional, because obviously she's not a professional.
And I feel like teenagers also needed some place that was educational but fun at the same time. So.
And how do you go from writing things down on a yellow pad to making it a reality? Because it's very difficult to get on the air.
Yes, it is.
I think that we have a really big kitchen table, and for a very long time, any time you came into the house, me and my mom were sitting at the kitchen table. And it's just brainstorming, and we really feed off each other's ideas. And when things just start to flow, like, the magic happens. And I would say the first show, everything was strategically planned. I had every time, every person, I had every question I wanted to ask. But as I sat in front of the microphone, it just came very easily to me, and we went from there.
Yeah, and we felt that most importantly amongst teens today, of course, is the drug problem. So that was like easy to pick the first show. Let's talk about the negative of drug abuse.
And where did Teen Talk Live begin? It began at a local radio station, and you all actually paid for the airtime through sponsorships, correct?
Correct.
So tell me how that got started.
Well, I was at the gym, and I was chatting on the phone, and a woman next to me overheard my conversation, and she happened to have been with WBZT and had a talk show. And she kind of like hit me on the shoulder, and she goes, excuse me, but I was listening to what you were saying, and I think it's a great idea, and I would love to help you get your daughter on radio.
Wow.
I was like, it's meant to be.
It is meant to be. So you started this on BZT.
Yes.
It was called Teen Talk Live. And it was Tuesday nights, correct? Right. And how long were you on BZT?
Over a year.
And tell me some of the topics that you had.
We've had
when I was there, you did. It was a medical
plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery.
Yes,
right.
We had a great plastic surgeon on the show. She actually brought varieties of breast implants from silicone to saline, and we got to feel the breast implant and see the different sizes. And that was great because my panels were like, that's what it looks like. And it was really fun. Some of the important issues is definitely cyberbullying. I dedicated a show to 3 teenagers who actually committed suicide due to cyberbullying. I talk about body image all the time because I think that's something that teenage girls especially struggle with throughout their teenage years in high school. Anorexia, bulimia, obesity, plastic surgery, skincare. And then we talk about charity. I absolutely love getting kids involved with other charity because my favorite thing to hear is, you know what, I feel so good after helping others. And I knew that I felt that way since I was 6 years old. My parents always got me and my brother involved with charity. And I think teenagers need to realize that not everything is going to the mall or going out with their friends or going to the movies. You know,
it's not all about them.
There's other kids in need, and it makes you feel so much better than just, you know, buying a shirt at Bloomingdale's.
Well, you know, that's such a mature way to look at things. I mean, because I know when I was her age, it was all about me, you know? And really it is, because everything seems so much more, such a bigger deal when you're a teenager. But yeah. I think, you know, that's really great that you're taking it to the next level and showing other teens. So you must be a really proud mom.
I am very proud.
She's my biggest fan.
She is your biggest fan.
I think your grandmother is, actually.
Oh, my grandmother.
Yes, yes, yes. And you know what's great is that, you know, we're always watching the news, we're always reading the paper, so when something we feel is really important that's out there happening, we can turn a topic around right away and put that on the news and discuss it.
I mean, sometimes we'll take a topic that we think is really important and put it on the show 2 days in advance. And that's the great thing about really being the host of your own show, because I get to really input whatever I think is necessary. I mean, when the Rihanna and Chris Brown scandal happened, I talked about that as soon as it happened.
Right. And we got the feedback from her teen panel to the boys. How did you feel about it? And then we went to the girls, and it's interesting to hear
the different opinions.
What they said. Yeah.
And you now are on LA Talk Radio, which is satellite radio. So this is kind of a step up for you.
Yes.
And do you have to still get the sponsorship, or yes?
Yes. And it's actually becoming pretty easy.
It is. Well, I'm sure now that people know about it.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So who are some of your sponsors?
We have College Planning PhD, Jay Green. He's really great. He's called into the show several times with WBZT. He helps parents and students going to college with financial issues, how to take the SATs, where to even start, because there's so much going into the process of applying to college. I just went through it. I feel bad for anyone who has to go through it.
Call College Planning.
College Planning PhD. Jay Green, so one to call. Trilogy Boutique. Jennifer O'Hanlon is my fashion guru. I always have her on the show. She always dresses me. She is definitely a big sponsor. Who else?
Let me think right now. I'm blanking out.
Well, I don't mean to put you on the spot. We can come back to that.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about how the LA Talk Radio thing happened, because how did you go from BZT to now being on satellite radio?
A family friend of ours actually has a show on LA Talk Radio, and he said, this is a really great network for you, why don't you look into it? And LA Talk Radio, when I called them, they said that we're actually looking for a show that's viewed to the younger generation. So into the category that they wanted, and it was a really great marriage between LA Talk Radio and Teen Talk Live.
And how can you hear, because before it was pretty easy, you just go to BZT, but now you have to go through your website, correct?
Well, nowadays, not a lot of people listen to the radio, especially AM radio. What's so great about teentalklive.net, which is the website, is all you have to do is click Listen Live on the homepage at 7 on Wednesday nights, and it links you right to LA Talk Radio. So as soon as you click that button, you hear me talking.
So 7 o'clock on Wednesday nights is your new time.
Yep, on Teen Talk Live.
All right, so Chelsea Krost and her mother, Cindy, joining us today here on Ion South Florida. We've got a lot more to talk about, including a big trip to Africa that's going to be coming up for them and why they're doing it. So we're going to talk about that when we come right back on Ion South Florida. We'll be right back. back to Eye on South Florida. I'm Suzanne Boyd, and today we are talking with a very special local teenager. Her name is Chelsea Krost. She just turned 18, or have you